So, I've been thinking about games in a more critical fashion lately, and this may be an argument that's as old as media or old as games itself at the very least. But I've been thinking, which is more important, story or length? By story, I mean like, does the game tell a good story in the process of playing it? And length, I mean, how long does the game take to complete? And what's the replayability like? If a game has good replayability, does that make it better than a game with a good story? The two games I'm going to be comparing are Rocket League, a game with no story but great replayability, and then Firewatch, a game that has pretty much no replayability but like a really great and engaging story. Both of these games brought something new and different to the table. I mean, Rocket League, you're a car and you're fucking playing soccer. It's amazing. It's a great way to like let off stress when you just like get that shot, like boom, like suck my nards. And then Firewatch is a game where has a great story. It's really engaging, and you play and you learn to love Delilah even though you never even see her. But the thing that's weird about it is both of these games are priced at $19.99, but you're going to get tons more hours out of Rocket League if you are into Rocket League than Firewatch, which is basically going to tell you its story and then it's over. And Firewatch has already taken a lot of heat for just feeling like a short game. Like, it's a $19.99 indie game, but the story is just not that long and there's not really much replayability to it, which I know comparing movies to video games is a sin, especially when you're talking any sorts of review or looking at them in any critical light. So don't even fire on me in the comments about comparing the two things. I understand that you do not compare video games to movies. All I'm saying is comparing video games to movies, so I'm comparing video games to movies. But what I'm saying is, if you go to the store and you buy a movie, $19 gets you that 2-hour experience of watching the movie. Even if you're some crazy person and you watch the credits and every extra feature and the deleted scenes, maybe you'll get up to 3 hours. But it's still $19.99 for a 2-hour experience. Now, comparing that to Firewatch, you're coming up on the good side. You're getting more than that experience for the same amount of money. But if you compare that to Rocket League, then we're talking Rocket League has hours and hours for the same price. So, comparatively, Rocket League seems like the better deal. Both of these games rate pretty high for me. Rocket League has a great competitive atmosphere, and it's a really good game for when you just need to let off some steam and, score a goal on somebody's face and just feel like a fucking winner for 5 minutes. On the other hand, Firewatch is a great, engaging story, and it really has awesome, relatable characters that tell an interesting story that keeps you engaged from start to finish. When I was playing Rocket League, I put more than 100 hours into that game. It was a game I would just pick up when I felt like doing something and just play it for a couple of hours and just end satisfied every time. Firewatch was a game that really only took me about 4 hours to play through the entire story, and that was pushing it as far as I could. But I enjoyed every minute of the story, and I enjoyed learning about the characters and learning about the world just for that time that I was there. But how can we compare these games and say that they are the same rating of game when Firewatch is all story and no replayability, and then Rocket League is all replayability and no story? So do we rate these things 50-50, or is there some way that we need to find to create a rating system that rates these games truly fairly? I feel like everyone's opinion in this is going to be a little different, but to me it depends on what type of gamer you are. But how do you quantify that into something that's fair to all types of games? A competitive gamer is going to look at a game like Firewatch or like an RPG that you could say is the greatest RPG that's ever created, Chrono Trigger, but they're going to look at that game and be like, this is boring. There's no competitive element to it. I'm not interested. And then on the same token, someone who's all about story is going to look at a game like Street Fighter, maybe not Street Fighter 5 because the story's crazy as hell, but I mean regular Street Fighters that don't have crazy stories, and be like, there's nothing here for me. I'm not engaged. So overall, which game do you say is better? I think both games are pretty equally good, but how do you come to that conclusion when they're so different? The point of this video isn't really to have an answer to that question. I don't think there is one defined answer, but I kind of want to have a conversation about it because I feel like there are so many ratings for games that don't take this into consideration, and they'll say, you know, this game sucks. And it's like, no, it's a story game. You have to be into the story to enjoy it. Or like, there's nothing here in this game. This game has no substance. Well, it's not supposed to have substance. What it's supposed to do is entertain you while you try and beat the other person. So my final question is, which camp are you in? Are you in the I really love a game with a good story camp? Or are you in the camp of I really want to get the most out of my dollar and I want this game to last as long as it possibly can? So are you Team Rocket League or Team Firewatch? Let me know in the comments below, and if you've got some opinions on this, if you've got a good rating system, anything you want to say, just go ahead and put it down there. I will be watching. Well, that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Crew.0 out.